Hi, my name is Zev Berkowitz, and I'm an LCSW specializing in couples work, infidelity, and behavioral addiction. And today I'm here in nature, coming to you live from my walk for a reason. And I'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to introduce something. Are you an individual, man or woman, in a couple that there's been either infidelity or porn addiction or sex addiction? Or gambling for that matter? It's called behavioral compulsive addiction. Today, I am here to speak to you, the addict. And in part 2, I'm going to talk to you, the spouse of an addict. So first of all, let me talk to you, the addict. And the reason why I'm coming to you from nature is because nature is one of God's free healers. Well, a lot of times addicts don't feel comfortable in their own body. And that's one of the reasons why they look outside for something that they can do that'll give them a sense of feeling alive, feeling needed, feeling wanted. From a very young age, a lot of addicts talk about feeling distance, different than, alone, or not part of. Other people feel like they had to overcompensate by acting in a certain way around a loud family or around a family that did not pay a lot of attention to them. So I'm here to tell you that if you come back to your roots, otherwise known as your younger inner child, you can actually help not only stop the addiction or at least curtail it, but you can actually learn to heal your inner child, which in turn is going to heal the inner child of your partner who got so hurt. And finally, you're going to be able to heal other people who are hurting, which in turn is going to make you feel better. So it's a big circle. So let me start with what inner child work and how it relates to addiction. You see, we at a very young age experience something. It could be from 6 to 10 or 10 to 14. Usually there's at least one or two where our mind says, uh-oh, and then there's something after that. So, uh-oh, nobody likes me. Uh-oh, something's wrong with me. Uh-oh, I deserve, and I call it the uh-oh moment. What do I mean? For the rest of your life, you're thinking, what's wrong with me? This is called like a racket. And there's a racket in your head. It's always constantly saying this in one way or another. That's within relationships. That's within the way you see yourself in the world, with friends. Even when you have children, you can sometimes see that in your own children. And speaking of healing your inner child, if you're having any kind of issues relating or having a relationship with your children, or you want it to be better, it happens through working on your relationship with your inner child. So, what do we do when we have these uh-oh moments? What do we do when we're feeling like we're not good enough? We go and we try to self-soothe, just like children self-soothe by masturbating, by holding a blanket, by sucking on a pacifier. These are all self-soothing behaviors. As we get to be adults, we find bigger ways to self-soothe. It could be with money, with power, with sex, with pornography. The pornography industry counts on people having issues with their inner child, and they take advantage of that. Okay, so yes, we can make all the excuses in the world that it's healthy and masturbation, and I can only do it to pornography, and that's fine. But ultimately, it's doing damage to your inner child, which has already most probably been damaged. Every sex addict actually has a love addict behind it. Okay, sex addiction is the acting out of the love addiction. So we don't love ourselves. We have difficulty loving others. And then we act out in a way that harms the very thing that we want with love, stability, okay? Intimacy. So intimacy, if you have to see into yourself, into me, see, first of all, you can't see into someone else until you can see into yourself. You can't see into yourself until you accept yourself. So if you want to learn more about my technique, if you want to learn more about how this works, if you want to heal and live a much happier, stronger life, and if you want to just give your spouse the gift of healing, look below and you can find a lot more on my website and schedule a free consultation. I'd love to speak to you. See you then.